Hey guys, welcome back to the second round of the Super Touring Car Championship in the year 2021. It's time for Anderstorp, the second round of the championship here in Sweden. Well, I'm very excited for this round because the track, well, it isn't really seeing that much nowadays, but if I'm honest, it's one of the better tracks in the whole database of tracks. Here we see the track map, and you can see a lot of hairpins here, or longer hairpins. Because, well, why not? And if I'm honest, it's one of the better tracks on the calendar, but I think it's only topped by Mugello, maybe, which will be the next round. But, well, now we have to look into the Drivers' Championship here, so if you want to have a close look into all the drivers, then just click pause and just go through it a little bit. The top three are Turi, Smiley and Drace, so not too bad for these drivers. We have seen Alfa Romeo domination last time out in Brands Hatch. If you want to see that race again, then go check out the link in the description or in the pinned comments. And you can also check out the link in the comments if you want to take part in the championship for the remaining seats in the championship. I will post the link in the pinned comments alongside the link for Brands Hatch. Well, Anderstorp really looks like a good race because some teams have even upgraded the car prior to this Grand Prix, so let's check out the teams and their changes regarding this race. So, and here we see the first car on track on qualifying. It's the Audi A4 Quattro from Antonio Maggio, and well, it's easily recognizable because of the blue mirrors. So, the Audis, they have received a little bit of a little upgrade from the race direction. They've reduced the weight penalty by 25 kilos, so, well, they might be a little bit quicker today, so let's see how they will perform during the weekend. And let's go on board with Lorenzo Turi in the Alfa Corse for the first lap around the Anderstorp circuit. Let's go through corner number 1, and a little tip here, don't hit that inner curb, it's a bit risky to hit it, might cost you some time. So now we come to the fast straight here. Let's look at the top speeds, and it might go over to 240, and it does. It ends with 244 kilometers per hour into turn number 2, and following this is turn number 3. So, well, drivers do need some top speed here, but they need to be alert for the hairpins for the right-handers or the left-handers. We will come to them pretty soon. Let's go to this right hairpin here, a longer hairpin. So that's corner number 4, and now we're approaching corner number 5. But the thing is, those corners are sometimes interrupted by some minor straights, which gives the drivers a little bit of a break to check when they need to turn in for the upcoming corners. Now we see corner number 6, it's a left-hander, not in hairpin this time, but we will see in hairpin pretty soon now. It's corner number 7, it's once again longer corner, longer right-hander, seems like a little hairpin, but it's very long here, it's still right-hander, and now we approach left-hander here. It's a pretty tight corner, it's good for overtaking here around this circuit. And now we approach Southern Straight, and it will be a poor lap time here for Lorenzo at first, but those lap times surely will improve over the weekend. And here we see Chris Simpson in the Honda Accord, and the Hondas, well, they've made some improvements as well. So they've lost 5 kilos, they've also improved the aero package for less drag, so maybe the Hondas will be a bit more faster during the weekend. And the Renaults as well have improved nearly the same way as the Hondas, but they found 5 more kilos to reduce, so the Renaults might be even faster. But one of the very few teams who haven't changed anything is Peugeot. So Peugeot with no changes at all for this weekend, but maybe they will come in the next couple of races. And here we see the fall of Michael Sneef then. They've also made an upgrade with 10 kilos and a bit of less drag. So, well, not too bad for Michael, I guess. It maybe helps him to be a bit quicker during the weekend. Here we see the Mitsubishi. They've also improved somewhat, but not as much as the 14 Renault team. But they need to improve in the reliability after Bragiato's, let's say, embarrassing retirement last time out. And here we see the BMW of Christian Promilio. Well, BMWs, they are one of the worst teams in the grid right now in terms of the work package. And I've heard some rumors that they might pull out for next season if they can't find any sort of solutions. And here we see the starting grid. We see Robin Berder on pole position, the young German on pole position in the Renault Laguna, ahead of Lorenzo Turri in P2, followed by Milan Drees in the Peugeot in P3, ahead of Arturo Smalia in the Alfa Romeo. Then we have Michael Sneef and Chris Simpson in row number 3 with the Ford and the Honda. And then we see Pascal Erberding in P7 with the Audi A4 Quattro, followed by a disappointing 8th from Jason Gabler in the Renault. Then we have Bragiato in P9 and Maggio in P10. And then we see the two BMWs, Beckman and Promilio at the 6th row. And then in the 7th row, we see Ramon Farin, the sole privateer, in P13. Let's go through the grid once more. You can see all the cars. You can pick one of your favorite drivers here, so choose wisely, because not everyone is the quickest here. And we might see a good race here, because there is some nice moves in qualifying which we haven't shown yet, but now you'll see them in the race. You see both BMWs here. You see the Carina of Ramon. Here you see my commentator car, the Audi A4. Nothing to worry about. And now we check the start. It's Robin Berder in the lead, and it's lights and away we go. And it looks like Berder is taking the lead into the first corner ahead of Turri and Drees. So not a bad getaway there from the Renault. And now we come to a long straight here, and it looks like Berder will pull away now. But look at Smalia there. He might attack Milan into turn number 2, I wanted to say. But look at Simpson, he's also there. So he isn't really the slowest here as well. And now we come to turn number 2. It's Berder, Turri, and it's Smalia, who has passed the Peugeot of Drees. So good move there by Smalia. I think it was round the outside there. But here you see the Mitsubishi of Bragiato. He had a very poor getaway. He dropped behind a BMW even. So not really good getaway there from Bragiato. Here you see Berder leads ahead of Turri and Smalia, and then you see the rest. And here you see Bragiato making the move against Dennis Beckman in the BMW 320i. And here you see some drivers looking for a move there. That was Simpson, and it's a good indication that we might see some good moves around this track pretty soon. You'll see Simpson again in the Honda, and he looks for a gap to pass the Peugeot with no upgrades, but he just can't find a gap at the moment. It's not that easy at the moment, and you'll see Turri looking for a gap, same for Simpson, but there's no gap available at the moment. And now we got on board with the charisma of Bragiato for a short moment. You'll see what happens when you hit the inner curb, drop a bit of time. And there is a little issue with the charisma at the moment. It seems like they aren't as quick in the straights, but now look at Simpson. He might make the move against Drees right now, and he made it. He's up to P4, and that's a strong move there by Simpson. It really shows that he's not the slowest here. Look at Simpson here. He's already caught up to the Alfa Romeos. Can he make the move against Smalia? Look at that. He went for it a little bit, but now Smalia goes to the inside line, and he passes his teammate for 2nd place. Good move there by Smalia. But look at Simpson. He isn't really done yet, but now he's done. So now he can't make the move. And now we see Maggio behind Drees. And now we see Sneef drop down. That's Audi going by. And it's Bragiato going down the inside. Wow! Sneef is really dropping the pace at the moment. He's not that quick, even with the upgrades. So the Ford needs some more pace, I guess. But look at that. Look at the Audi of Pascal. He's alongside his teammate there, Maggio, but look at that. Audi is going the inside line. And can he make the move work? They're still side by side, the two Audis. Two times 4x4. So all-wheel drive here. And it works for Aberdeen as he makes the move. And there's a crash. And that's Smiley, I think, hitting Robin Berger. And he's dropping down the order. He's dropping behind his teammate. While Smiley is driving into the distance in the lead. And here's a replay of Smiley. What happened there? Let's look again. Look at that. He just hits him. And then he just unluckily hits him there. But I guess that's the case with stewards there to decide if it's a time penalty or not. But now look at Turi. He's driving behind Simpson. So Simpson is losing some time here as well. And that's another place gone for Lorenzo Turi at the moment. So Simpson really strong in the beginning. But can he make it work? Because let's not forget the tires are quite aggressive. Whereas Milan makes the move against Jason Gabler here. So that's quite interesting here. I think the driver with the best time management will win, to end my previously started comment there. Look at Berger. He's going the inside from Turi. And now he's on the outside line. But I think now he will drop back. Nope, he can't attack there. He has to yield. And he's now behind Turi. But now look at Turi. Can he make the attack against Simpson? Look at that. And he can. He's on the inside. And he's back into second. So another Alpha 1-2 looks sad. Look at the battle behind there. That's the Alpha Maggio trying to attack Gabler. But it didn't work out. That's odd. Because, I mean, they have the four-wheel drive. So why hasn't he made the move? But now look at Dres. He's going around the outside of the window of Berger. And now look at Gabler. He's making the same move as well. So Berger with a poor race at the moment after that incident. And now look at Gabler behind Dres. But look at the top speed difference. So drag surely must have helped Gabler there. The less drag he has now. And now look at Gabler. He's making the move ahead of Milan Dres. And now he's one of the guys who could potentially challenge Chris Simpson afterwards. Now look at Robin Berger. He's the next driver behind Milan Dres. We've seen how slow the Peugeot is on the straights at the moment. So I guess Peugeot made the wrong decision for this weekend to bring no upgrades whatsoever for this race. And now look at Milan. He's really dropping back. He can't do anything. And that's Berger making the move against the Peugeot in the rivalry between the two French marques. And here you see the Alfa Romeo crew dominating again with Smiley in the lead. But as I've mentioned, he is under investigation for that little incident between him and Robin Berger. Now we see the battle between Maggio and Sneef. Michael, he needs to come back from his mishap for his poor start. And now he goes for the inside line maybe. Look at that, Sneef is going for it. Michael, he's going for it. But can he make it work? Nope, not yet. Not yet. He has to stay behind Maggio for now. And here we see the loser team in the mode. It's BMW. They're really off the pace. They have no chance whatsoever. And they have to yield at the moment. And now we see Simpson being chased by both Renaults. But look at Gabler there. He's having the balls to go for it here. And he passes Simpson there in the moment. Good move though by Gabler. He's up to third. Now look at Berger. He might make it fifth for Simpson. But Simpson's coming back. And Berger has to yield because he just hit the curb. And that's what I wanted to say. Don't hit that inner part of the curb. It will definitely cost us some time. And now we see Michael Sneef coming there pretty fast there. No chance of Milan whatsoever. And that's a great move there by Michael in the Ford Mondeo. What a great move there by Michael. And now he's chasing the Renault of Robert Berger. So Michael, I think he's saved the tires pretty well for now. But is it enough? We will find out in the next couple of seconds. But first, we see the Audi of Maggio chasing Milan pretty hard. So the no upgrades from Peugeot really hit him hard. And now we see Gabler behind the Alfa Romeos. He's behind Lorenzo Turi. He's chasing them pretty hard. So do we see some moves there from Gabler? No, he hits him. He gives a little nudge. But it's not enough for a spin, so everything is fine. So that's a little indication that Gabler can go quicker. He saved the tires pretty well. And now it's Berger behind Simpson. Look at that, he's going around the outside there. It looks like Simpson's tires are fully done. And Berger completes the move quite successfully. And now look at Michael Sneef. He's coming down the inside as well. Good move done by Michael. But no, it isn't done yet. Let's wait and see. It's Simpson was a sniff, and it's Michael completed the move. No chance of Chris whatsoever. What happened there for Chris? I'm pretty sure it's the tyres who've let him down. But I've got no information whatsoever, so we can't fully tell. And now it's time for lap cars. Basically the only lap car here, it's Ramon Farine. And he really is the poor guy in the 1994 car. No chance whatsoever to keep off the others. But he's the only one, so he will score the priority points anyway. So at the moment it looks quite good for Ramon Farine. But my advice is, if you want to see some battles in the Privateer Championship, then you could enter the series there in the link in the pinned comment there for the announcement. And here you see some nice battle. Oh, there was Simpson nudging the Audi of Aberdeen. Some little nudges here and there, which could happen. But look at the Peugeot from Milan Dres. He's really dropped the ball here. He's not quick enough at the moment. So it seems like the no upgrades have hurt him a lot. We also see some cool down here at the moment. It is necessary for some of the drivers. You will see we are on the second to last lap, so we're approaching the final one here in a few seconds. It was an 18 lap race here whatsoever, and now we see some good battling here, or not some good battling here. At the moment we see Ramon blocking Aberdeen here. This might be a little chance for some of the drivers to pass people, but will it work? Not yet. It's only just lapping in the moment. But we have soon one lap left to go for the drivers, so the drivers still have some chance to pass people. Here we see Smiley here. He's approaching the final couple of corners. Here's the final sector, and it looks like Smiley will win the Grand Prix here in Sweden at the moment, because he's still under investigation. We'll see in the next episode who will be winning the race. Is it Smiley? Is it Turi? Or is it even Gabler? He's going the inside line of Turi. He's still second from Turi. Good move to Gabler at the end. He gets the 35 points here for P2. Good job to Gabler. And who will finish fourth? It's Berda ahead of Sneef. And it's Pascal with a strong 6 ahead of Simpson, Maggio, and Dres. And then we have the two BMW still following. It's Beckman out of Pomilio. It's quite close between them at least, but not fast enough for any sort of good results in the future. So to cross the line, now we look into the detailed race results. And we see Somalia winning the race by at least 1.789 seconds. It's not much. Out of Jason and Lorenzo. Then we have Robin Berda in P4. Out of Sneef, Aberdeen, Simpson, and Maggio. Then with Milan Andres in P9. Followed by the best BMW, Dennis Beckman, who rounds up the top 10 in the BMW 320i. Then we have Christian Pomilio and Ramon Farine in the final points paying positions, because Bragiato once again retired with suspension failure. So not a good start to the season for Mitsubishi then. But let's look at the drivers' standings at first. We see Small in the lead with 75 points at the moment as it stands, because there's still no penalty speaking out, or no decision made in terms of that incident. And then we have Turi in P2, Gabler P3, followed by Berda, Dres, Sneef, Simpson, Aberdeen, Maggio, and then with Dennis Beckman once again rounding up to top 10, followed by his teammate Pomilio, and the sole privateer Ramon Farine P12, and the sole man without points Lorenzo Bragiato. And here you see the team standings. We see Alpha Corsa in the lead with 145 points. I have Williams Renault. Then we see Audi in P3 and of Peugeot, Ford, the Honda team under the name Yas Engineering, and then we see BMW P7 and the one team without any sort of points, Mitsubishi Motors. Well then, that was race number 2 of the Super Touring Car Championship in the year 2021. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon for race number 3 in Mugello. And I can't wait to see how the field is spreading out there, so see you soon.